Hi there. Hi, this is Nicole M. Louis, the social worker strategy mentor. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about a logo. I've just been finishing in a session with one of my mentees, her actual logo for her business. And these are things that I do as part of my Accelerate Now program. So I want to be sharing with you a bit about the process and how you can actually do the exact same thing. And it took less than 20 minutes. It probably took less than 15 or 10, to be honest. But let's add some margin and say 20 minutes. And that's usually the time it will take to actually create a good logo that you can actually start off with. So if this is something that you're interested in, still stick around. Let me know in the comments if you've created a logo, if you already have a logo, if you're a semi-independent social worker, or if you're thinking about independence and you've been putting pen to paper and been planning and thinking about what your brand is going to look like. I'd love to know in the comments. So my mentee really doesn't know anything about business, right? So the Accelerate Now program is really helpful for her because I'm doing it with her and I'm taking her through the entire process. And as the weeks are going on, she's actually seeing and understanding how the pieces are coming together. And you can see her story and the progress that she's making in the private Facebook community that I have, where she leaves the videos. But today was a real eye-opener, and she was actually looking at the logo, putting it together with me and putting the pieces and the aesthetics that she wanted, and she's going to go get someone to create a portion of it for her on a platform that I directed her to. So that's really exciting. But I wanted to share with you the process that she's going through and the process that you can go through to be able to do this. Why it's important to have a logo is because it's part of your brand. It really tells people who you are. It's a great way to make a first impression and introduction to who you are and your brand and what you do. So it resonates with your potential clients and the people that are seeing you floating about on the internet, on the world of the internet. More than that, it really is something that also speaks to your values. It talks to what resonates with you, and even the colors and the way in which you put your logo together will speak to the results that your clients can even get and feel. There's a psychology behind it, and it's quite important to understand the process. It's also a great way for people to identify who you are. So immediately when people see a tick, they know that that's the Nike, right? Without the word Nike being there. Similarly, lots of other brands have got their feature and their mark and their colors that allow their clients or anybody to easily identify them. And so you want to be able to do the same. As a social worker who's in private practice, it's really important that we have the business acumen and we merge that with our skills and expertise as social workers, so that when we're showing up, we have something that people can resonate with and that they like. So I'm going to talk to you about why it's important to have a logo. I'm going to talk to you about the best types of logo to have and how to actually pull a logo together in less than 20 minutes. So if this is something also that you'd actually like help with, so that you understand how to put the colors together, how to put the fonts together, and actually how to physically create it on a platform that is super simple, and how you can then go get it designed professionally, specifically, that you can contact me, DM me the word launcher, and we could jump on a call and think about how I can support you in that, the best way forward. So let's get into it straight away. So first and foremost, I've written down six things in total that I think is an important process to understand. The first process that you want to understand is the type of logo, the type of things that you're going to be putting in your actual logo. And my view is that there are three types of logos or elements in a logo that is going to be quite important for us as social workers, or even those in the social care arena, to be able to utilize within our logo. So first and foremost, you have hierarchical elements in your logo. So that's something that sits on top of something else and is quite dominant. You've got dominant elements as well, where you've maybe got your font or your typeface, really quite bold, and maybe a background image that's kind of blurred in the background or a bit pastely and washed out, so that there's a dominant feature or element within your logo. You also have contrast, so you can have it where there are elements that are split, where things are overlapping or overlaying, or there's a huge contrast in color or elements. And balance is another one. Another important element within a logo is balance, so that it looks very clean, very sharp, very clear. So it's not hard for people to figure out, like, what is that? What does that mean? Something that's really simple, really clear. The other thing is repetition. Oh, is that for me? I have something coming. I may have to go and grab something, maybe a bit early. But it's repetition is another one where you're repeating something or an element within your actual design. So those are the elements. Now, the ones that I think that are most important are the hierarchical. So something that is very hierarchical. Okay, excuse me one moment. Hello. Hi. Okay, I'm going to come right out and grab it. I'm coming right. You're here already? Okay, yeah, so I'm going to come out right now and come and grab it. Okay, I'm so sorry. This is real life. You guys on this live have got to wait like 2 minutes. 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes. You're welcome. Okay, for those of you that have just joined, you're thinking, what just happened? I just had a delivery is what happened. I'm so sorry. So I've just literally gone over, and I'm perspiring because it's very hot where I am. So I've just gone over certain elements of your logo that you want to include. So I'm going to go over those again. Hierarchical, dominance, contrast, balance, and repetition. The ones that I feel are very, very important is your hierarchical, balance, and dominance in a logo. Why is that important? Because these are the features. Thank you, Richard. Those are the features that are going to be very important for a clean, aesthetic, really nice visual, something that's inviting, and something that's going to really work well for your logo. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I want to talk to you in terms of the process, once you've figured that out, is making sure that your colors, you want to use between 2 and 3 colors, no more than that. And that will include the different shades, right? I like to use gold whenever I'm designing. I ensure that I use gold or a copper or a bronze just to make it pop. And that can be incorporated within as an element or a particular feature within the logo. And so that's really important. And you want colors that are going to complement one another. So there might be opposing colors, but the shade that you choose will actually complement, and it will speak to the result that your clients get and what you're able to offer and what your brand stands for. So that's the second thing. The third thing is the font and or typography. And you want to be using 2 to 3 fonts or typefaces that again complement one another, and that you can use interchangeably. So at some point when my mentees have launched their business, I'm actually going to be utilizing the things that we've put together and showcasing them, because their designs are just so beautiful, and the way it's looking on their website that we've created looks amazing also. So you want to be making sure that your colors complement one another, and you don't want to go overboard and use lots of different colors. You just want to use 2 or 3 key colors, one that is kind of used far less than the other 2. You're going to have a dominant color, and you might have a couple of shades that you will use interchangeably as well on your website, in your documents that you're going to produce, and in some of your products. So your font and your colors are number 2 and 3. Then the fourth thing you want to make sure when you're creating your logo is make sure you've got white space. So make sure that there's some space around it and that it's not all just one color. The reason why I say that is because when you're doing things like showing up online or when you're putting it on certain documents that you might create, or products that you might create, your color may clash with it depending on how it shows up. Now, if your brand is that everything is colorful, 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 then that may well work, because then your entire document or whatever you're creating is going to be full of color anyway. And so you probably make a white version of your logo to go on the color. Does that make sense? So you'll use it interchangeably. And when you trademark your logo, you will be trademarking those variants of your logo, right? So make sure that there's white space so it looks really, again, nice, clean. And then your fifth one, make sure that it's simple. I can't overstate that enough, because many of my mentees sometimes want to put too much in there and it looks too busy. It looks it looks like it's been thrown together, as opposed to it looking sleek and nice. So by the time we've gone through my process that we take to work through the logo, by the time they've got to the end result, they're very happy with it, and they can see that less is more. The simplicity of a logo is what really will make it pop and stand out. And then finally, I always ensure that my mentees have a unique element. So one of my mentees, we've created a light bulb for her, and that she uses in gold and makes that pop, and that just adds to beautifully to the colors that she's using. Another one has got something else. For mine, I've got a rocket. So if you go onto my website, nicolemlou.com, you'll see the rocket that really stands out. So I had that designed, and that's trademarked as something that I'm able to use. So it's important that you have your own unique element, so that when people see that, they know that it's your brand, and that can resonate. So the more you use it and the more that you show up, whether that's in person or online, again, this is something that people get to know and like about you. So I hope that this is helpful. And again, if you want any support to be able to go through the process of creating this amazing piece of your brand in less than 20 minutes or so, it can take it. I think it literally took us like 10 minutes to put this together, and we did her main logo and the sub logo. So it's a really cool process to go through. And so I want to encourage you, if you want any support, just DM me the word launcher. If you have any requests of topics that you'd like me to cover, you can DM me or put it in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. I haven't been here for a while because I'm not in my home country. I'm actually vacating right now. I've been here for a few weeks, and so I'm still vacating, but I thought it was about time I reappeared. So I'm so sorry for disappearing. I'm here on a Sunday, Tuesday, and a Thursday at 6 p.m. UK time. I was a bit late today, but my time zones are all over the place. So I will be here more consistently again. So I apologize for that. And I hope that this was useful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Tuesday. Bye for now.